So for the moment, we have learned few concepts in Java. Let me summarize them, as some concepts might be confusing to you, because like we have learned several concepts. And so let me tell it again. So what we have learned these things. So number one is that, okay, yeah, we have learned about the classes. So what is a class? Class is a blueprint. Class is a blueprint or template. Blueprint or template. This thing you can write down if you want, because this is a summary. A blueprint or template for a set of similar type of objects. Whereas the object is an instance or a real representation of a class. So we learn about that. Then, as the second concept, we learn that our class has attributes which are converted to, actually these are features which are converted to instant variables. Then it has functions, methods. Actually, these are functionalities. And we learn return types, the resulting data type. After execution, after running a method. So the result. Void is simply no resulting data type or no return type. That is void. Then we learn about the parameters, or arguments. These are inputs to the methods. Inputs to the methods. Okay. Then we have learned about the access modifiers. Okay, there are a few. Public. All the classes can access. So the next one is private. Only within the class. Not even for the subclasses. Protected, we haven't discussed that. That is within the class, within the package, actually, within the package. And then default. Okay, default. Oh, sorry. I think this one should be within the package. Sorry, my mistake. This is with same class within the same class and subclasses. Well, let me confirm. So because like I have not referred this for a long time, so sometimes I also make mistakes. So I'm not a perfect person, so sorry for that. And let me check, verify this, because I need to verify. I'm referring to my memory, because sometimes it is different in some applications that I'm checking. Okay, so let's see whether I'm going to verify private. Okay, that is within the class. Okay, done. Yeah. And I think this note is better than my one. Access level is default modifier only within the package. Default within the package. What did I say? Default within the package. Yes, exactly. Yes. My memory is good. Still okay. I think sometimes I'm like a bit older, so I'm thinking things are forgetting, but still I'm okay. Seems Public is like any class can access, and protected is basically within the package, outside the package, the child classes are. This is where the mistake happened, right? It has both, right? So let me add that. That is better, right? Standard. Anyway, what I said is correct, but the thing is, here one more thing, within the same class and the subclasses of it, even outside the package, subclasses are there here, protected. The access level is protected modifier within the package, outside the package to the child classes, right? Okay. If you don't make a child class, my note is correct. If you're not having a child class, cannot be accessed from the package. Yes. Yes, need child class always. Okay, good. It's correct, yeah. Okay, that is about the access modifiers that we learned. And the next is parameters, arguments, access modifiers. Then we have learned about the constructor. It is a method, it is a special method having same name like the class name, same name as the class name. It is called, is automatically called at the object creation time. Is automatically created at the object creation time. That is the constructor. Example, you can say student st equal new student. This one, the student with the brackets, is the constructor. This one is the constructor. You can highlight and maybe you can color it in a different color. Student is the constructor. Okay, then we have learned about the two more concepts. There is overriding. The next one is overloading. The next one is encapsulation. Okay, I want you to write down that, or you to explain that. First of all, please copy this down quickly. And after that, after copying, do small thing, that is explain overriding, overloading, encapsulation. These are the things that we have learned currently. Now I think you have some idea about Java. I said this in the beginning. It is very difficult to understand Java in the initial state without having these knowledge, without knowing these terms. But now you have an idea, because like most of the terms you are familiar. Now at least you can read a Java program and understand how it's going on. Right. Just go through that. If you have an issue, please tell me, then I can help you, right? Okay, you can just type. Because like sometimes it's, I know, the situation. Like it can be a little boring to learn Java, no? It's unlike the other tools, because this has a lot of concepts to learn. Okay, overriding, overloading. Can you remember what is overriding, what is overloading? Yes?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, overriding. What it does, overriding is, how we explain that, overriding?
When like you change the, it's like changing the, I don't know how to explain it. It's changing the code.
Yeah, changing the coding, which child class or same class or
Same class.
overloading. Okay, so these concepts you need to get exactly right. Overloading is basically the same method name with different signatures. Right, same method name with different signatures. Right, so example, you can say, okay, register is a method. Right? Register is a method. So let's say void register, that's a method. Okay, same method name with different signatures. Then you can see here void register. So it can be redeclared in the same class even. Right, it can be redeclared in the same class even, right? So let's see void register and same method name different. So void, another one, void register. This time you are registering with int id and also string let's say string fn. This is another. This is also overridden, and another way of declaring that may be void register int id string first name and string last name. These all are different signatures. So maybe you can redeclare that same register void first name, string last name, and string register date. Likewise, same method name, even in the same class or different classes, you can overload, right? Different signatures in same class, right? In same class, in the same class. This is what the overloading is. Overriding is basically same method name and different implementation from the parent class. Okay, same method name and different implementation in the child class. In the child class, it's different from the parent class. Right, okay, let's say in the parent declare void show full name. And it's displaying maybe, okay, string, let's say string method. String show full name is declared in the parent by returning return this dot fn plus this dot ln. Okay, then here again in the child class, you are redeclaring same method, same way, but you're adding something new. Maybe you're adding Mr. or Miss, something, maybe hi or hello to this, some space, something like this. You're implementing the same name, same implementation, same signature, but different body, method body, different implementation. Okay, so please write down this as well. Okay. Hello.
I'm done.
Okay. Encapsulation.
It's encapsulation is when you you basically I don't know how to explain it directly. It's like
Hmm?
encapsulation is when you um, I don't know how to explain it directly.
Oh,
So
okay. So encapsulation just like capsuling. Just put it into a capsule. So what is put? So basically, we can tell private variables, right? Private variables with public access modifiers. This is like this technical word. That is why I'm giving this. I thought of giving this because these are technical words. Even though you understand the concept, even we have done the practical. The thing is, when somebody asks, okay, because sometimes in the examination, sometimes in the interviews, sometimes in the evaluation processes, various places, they ask, explain this, explain this. Then even though you know this, but if you cannot explain that technically, they will think that you don't know the concept. That is why I thought, let's give the concepts first. So this is not to buy hard, but anyway, just you should know the technical words, how to explain. Okay, private variables are accessed using the public access modifiers. Private variables are accessed using the public access modifiers. Private variables are accessed using. So why? Because for the protection, it can protect the variable from direct access issues and security. Example, int marks. Integer can support a wide range, right? Integer can support a wide range. Even you can in like a wide range. So you can integer can support a wide range. So even minus marks, such as you can say such as minus 45, maybe 500,009, something like. So anything can be given, can be assigned to it without any error, right? Because Java supports. But you know the marks. So typically in examination, marks should be exam dependent. Normally, marks should be 0 to 100 normally, but some exams it is more than that. But it must be exam dependent. Mostly for the exams, marks range is from 0 to 100. Encapsulation can do that by introducing a method. Example, okay, let's see. You can say this variable private int marks. Okay, a public method, public, let's say int set or public void set marks. You are giving int mk, and you have to check that before that. You can check if mk is greater than or equal to 0 and mk is less than or equal to 100. Then only you are assigning that. then you are saying this dot marks equal, this dot marks equal what? This dot marks equal this MK. Otherwise, you are not setting. Else, you can say system dot out dot print ln. Please enter valid marks. Okay, this is what we are doing. Okay, please add this also. Private variables are accessed using public access modifiers. Why? Because can be protected. Think about the AC temperature. What is the air conditioner temperature normally? Think about the cooling effect only, right? Only about the cooling effect, not about the heating effect. Normally, what is the range of air conditioner temperature? Hello?
60 to
16 to
80.
yeah, cooling range can be 16 to 30, 31 maximum. Right? 30, 16 to 30. In a vehicle, okay, think about 16 to 30. So like it's around that. Right? But can we assign 100 degrees to a air conditioner? No, then it will become a heater or something like a water heater or something, right? So can you assign 0 degrees to air conditioner?
No.
No, then it will become a freezer. Right? We don't need the freezer, we don't need heater, we need air conditioner. So it should be acceptable range. So actually the air conditioner temperature is a protect, can be made a private variable. The access can be controlled using a public. And also another thing is when it is private, it can only be accessed within the class. When it is private, it can only be accessed within the class. When it is private, it can only be accessed within the class. Other classes won't be able to access, but all other classes can access this public method and do the changes. That is another actually expectation of this encapsulation. So no classes will be given the direct access. That means air conditioner can only be controlled using the remote controller. Example. Remote control is a different class, air conditioner is a different class. But you cannot erase the temperature and put a new one because you don't have direct access. How you access? Increase temperature method in air conditioner remote and decrease temperature method in the air conditioner remote. Understand? That is the only way of changing the AC temperature. Did you understand? Minaga?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you write down this?
Okay.
Okay. Like private variables can only be accessed. Please write private variable. This you already know, but that is needed. Private variables can only be accessed by access within the class. Other classes cannot access that directly. Public method will give controlled access to that private variables so that other classes can also modify the values securely. So that is the most important thing. Maybe I have some spelling mistakes since I'm writing the notepad. So please correct that if you saw any spelling mistakes. I'm not really considering this. I just want to give the idea. That's all right. Okay. Then I think right. Okay. I think it's right. Everything related to that is done. Now, actually, we have to learn few concepts. That is few more concepts, the concrete classes. Today, I think the time is not enough to learn that concrete classes and the abstract classes, but I will show the concept. Do the practical. I will do the practical one next day. but I will show the concept before we wind up. Right? What is this concreteness and the abstractness? Right? That is what we need to discuss. I think after that, yes, there are some other things like you have to learn the algorithms. That part I didn't do, so we have to cover that. Data structures and algorithms. There we will be discussing about the arrays and linked lists. Right, arrays, linked list mainly as the data structures, not, but there are many like stack, queue. I will give the concept of it, how this queue, enqueue, dequeue, and all these things. But these are a bit advanced. Then after that, let's see, or we can move to the database part. The preference is up to you. You can select, or we can move to the database part. Similar to Python, we can do the database connection using MySQL, DBMS, or like MongoDB, anything like Oracle even. So we can do the database connection, and after doing the database connection, we'll be able to build the application, which is a CRUD application, which have the create, retrieve, update, delete features. Now you have sound knowledge in programming, structured and object-oriented after doing that. After that, we can consider learning about the advanced concepts like data structures and algorithms, or we can move to the GUI programming, graphical user interface programming. But anyway, before that, we need to cover the database. Before GUI, we need to cover database or these advanced concepts, because these are also CLI concepts. I would like if we can cover that here itself. Okay, I think you are done, right? Hello?
Yeah.
So then abstraction is like that. Okay, let's think your father is thinking of innovating or creating a nuclear engine for a car. Right? Your father wants to create nuclear engine for a car, and he's building his plans, his drawing, planning, all this, and then the skeletons, all these are created, the budgeting is done, everything is done. But let's say, because of some technology issue or some legal issue or some other issue, he was not able to implement that. So his creation will remain as abstraction. So understand this clearly. Your father wanted to he want to build a nuclear engine, and he's innovating, he's doing researches, but he couldn't implement it actually in a car. So can you sell cars with nuclear engine now? Yes. Can you start a car company with nuclear engines? Can you?
No.
No, because it's only a concept, right? It is only a concept.
Yeah.
Similarly, the abstract classes having concepts, conceptual implementation, not the actual implementation. Therefore, you will not be able to create objects using these abstract classes, right? Because it is only a concept. You cannot build actual object. But you later as a child, you decided to move forward and bring that into the actual world. So think that you have implemented a nuclear engine and you have added it to a car. Can you sell, or can you build new cars? Can you make new cars? No?
No.
Why? So think that you have finished. You have finished the concept. Concept is model. Now really the nuclear engine is there, and you build one car using nuclear engine already. Can you replicate that? Can you build more cars? Can you make more cars? Possible, right? It's possible. That means objects can be created, because why? The abstract method that your father introduced, you have made it concrete. That is the concept. The abstract is the concept, concrete is the real implementation. After the real implementation, it is possible to make objects. So whatever we have discussed up to now about the concrete classes, right? Whatever we have discussed up to now is about the concrete classes. So abstraction and the concreteness. Abstraction and the concreteness. Abstraction is a like conceptual implementation, the concreteness is the actual implementation. After like abstract classes, you cannot create objects, but concrete classes, you can create objects. That is the difference. Okay, let's learn that practical part next day. Sorry for today's boring lesson. So because like it's a lot of theories, I know. But anyway, let's do the practical part next day, right? Okay, then have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.